Hey guys, Jeff Cavalier here from ATHLEAN-X.com, and back in here in the gym, but not using weights, but back at a whiteboard for my professorial moment here. How's that word for you? That's sort of, I'm already in character, to try to explain to you why this next supplement here in the supplement review is probably the most important one you're ever going to put in your body, and if you're not already, why you absolutely should be. It's high-grade omega-3 fatty acids. Now, you guys have written in and asked me a lot of questions about this. I figured let me address this, but let me show you sort of at the board why it is it is as important as I feel it is. Over here, quickly, some of the health benefits of omega-3s that have been documented and well researched. As a matter of fact, it's the only supplement that's endorsed by the American Heart Association because it increases HDL cholesterol. That's the good cholesterol. It decreases your blood triglycerides. It decreases heart disease as a result of all this. Been shown to decrease cancer risk, especially prostate and colon cancer in men. Increased insulin sensitivity, that's good for fat loss. Decreasing arthritic pain, whether it be from rheumatoid arthritis or whether it be from osteoarthritis. Improved liver metabolism, and then most importantly for you guys, because you're here for really building muscle and improved physique, is increased and faster muscle recovery. I'm going to tell you why in a second here. And increased fat mobilization, which means faster metabolism and fat loss. All of these things, guys, are caused by inflammatory conditions. Okay, omega-3s are going to be your number one element, your number one ally in the battle against inflammation. And inflammation, when it gets out of hand, is a bad thing, as we see with all these other medical conditions. Inflammation, when it gets out of hand for muscle recovery, is going to set you back where I don't care what you're taking. You could be taking the best glutamine, the best protein powder, the best creatine. It's not going to work because if you're in a negative state of inflammation, your muscles are never going to recover. So very, very, very important. Let me show you quickly how this all works. We basically have cells. Let's say there's a muscle cell. On the surface of a cell, we have a receptor, and it's got a little shape in it. So that certain elements that match up to that shape can come in here and lock in. So again, we have two parts of this. We have an omega-3 and something called omega-6s. Now, omega-6s are free-floating in your body. They're very readily available. And they'll compete to get into these cells. But the problem is omega-6s are inflammatory. They're the ones that cause all of this stuff. So you want to be able to get your omega-3s to get into this space before them. It's like a parking spot. You know, when you're at the mall during Christmas time, everybody's fighting over the parking spot. The first one to get in is the happy one. The one that's left out is kind of pissed off. So you don't want to be the one that gets left out, but you want that omega-6 to be left out and just drive around, because if they just are left to be free-floating, they can't exert any of those inflammatory conditions. It's only when they get into that cell can they cause inflammation. So we want omega-6s in here. All right, we've got that established, but the problem is your body can't make omega-3s. You have to have your omega-3s come through your diet. And the issue here is that the only way to really get them is through fatty fishes, and people are not eating fish enough. Matter of fact, to get the active ingredients that you need, EPA, that's the active ingredients in high-grade fish oil, EPA and DHA, you'd have to get about 1.2 to 1.8 grams of this stuff. That would amount to about 6 to 8 ounces of fish every single day of the year. And I don't know if you're a fish fan or not. I like it, but I'm not eating it 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if you do, you still got to worry about all the contaminants and all the bad fish that you're getting out there, especially if they've been swimming in that ocean, where we had the BP oil spill a little bit earlier this year. So not a good idea to just continue to eat fish. So you need to have some way to get it supplemental. Now, if that's the case, you think that all supplements are created equal. They absolutely are not in this case, because a lot of the grades of fish, a lot of the fish oil that is available, like in GNC and on the shelves, that is from a low-grade fish oil. They don't use the highest purification processes. They don't use different siphoning techniques that get rid of the heavy metals and the mercury and things like that. So you have to, guys. In this case, if you're gonna take these, you have to invest in a high-grade fish oil, and there's very few available. Matter of fact, Leveza, you've probably seen a lot of the commercials, especially during the Super Bowl. They sell it for $150 a month, and it's extremely expensive, but it's sort of worth the investment because the only way you're going to get the highest grade and the active ingredients. Most of the other low-grade fish oils provide you with free fatty acids that make up about 90% of the actual pill, whereas you don't care about those free fatty acids because they don't do anything. You need to have EPA, DHA, and that's what you get when you get your high grade. Now, as far as a specific brand, guys, I was actually lucky to grow up in a household where my father was a foremost pioneer in the use of fish oils to treat medical conditions. He's a medical doctor, Dr. Michael Cavalier, and he has used it in his practice for all these things. I use these called Dr. C's Omega-3s, catchy, but he didn't have the sort of the coolness of ATHLEAN-X, but he's got the product for sure. I'm not here to push this on you guys, but I am here to at least show you and provide you with the stuff that I use. I wouldn't recommend something to you that I don't use myself. This is something I've used now for 20 years, and while I can't say that unequivocally it's what has resulted in my physique today, it has absolutely contributed to my faster muscle recovery through its anti-inflammatory properties and through increased fat mobilization. So my metabolism just goes a lot quicker because I've taken this every day for the last 20 years. It's a staple of my program, and I would never not use it. It's available at OMEGA-3formula.com for you guys that want to use the same exact stuff. But if not, just try to find one of these high-grade fish oils. Again, prescription-grade fish oil is Leveza. 3 capsules of omega-3 formula is the same exact content that you would have to get with the Leveza that you need a prescription for. But guys, don't underestimate the power of omega-3s. They are the gatekeeper to the success of all your other supplements. If you're in a negative inflammatory balance right now, it doesn't matter how good your other pills and supplements are, they're not going to work. So, guys, thanks again for allowing me to do these things. I like the supplement reviews. If you have any more questions, send them in to us at GetRipped@ATHLEAN-X. I'll review some more supplements for you, but I'd like to at least give you the information that you can use to make your own decision and go from there. Guys, back in the gym again next week, not in front of the whiteboard, and I'll put away the teacher's hat for a while. I'll get back to doing the gym workouts and stuff that you guys like too. I'll see you soon.